Hey, Johannes here. Prepare for Phase 5 now in Classic WoW Anniversary Refresh. CG Idols. In Phase 4, Silgarook will be out, and these idols, players usually pick them up way later, but then everyone needs them for their Tier 2.5 or Tier 3 head and legs slots. Now players have Tier 2 maybe, or they have it enchanted already with 100 HP, 8 spell damage or 1% attack speed. On Classic Era, these idols can go for 2000 gold in GDKP rates, so they are really valuable there. I for myself need 4 per warrior, so 2 for my Tier 2.5 head and legs, and 2 for my Tier 3, which will come in the future. There will be raids where host hard reserves one of these, which is fair. This way you can go for all of the other big loot and later grab them. If that person doesn't go for it at the start, it's less competition, so I recommend getting them. There will be CG trinkets for each class. For Rogue it is pretty good, but I have heard other classes can use them too. Collect all 4 uncommon bind on pickup items and combine them with their new class specific punctured voodoo doll. These 4 drops usually differ per reset, so you need a raid setup every time to get these. Sometimes it drops 2 of them and you can give away the other one. It costs the following materials. 1 Blood of the Heroes. You can get this in Eastern Plaguelands. Just watch out for a mob that spawns out of it. It's hard to get away from it, slows you and does a ton of damage. I've seen hardcore clips of players dying to it. 1 Massive Mojo and 6 Powerful Mojo. These drop in Silgarook from trash mobs. With Silgarook in Classic WoW there's a new world buff out there. This will increase your walking speed and increase all your stats by 15%. This is great as it lines up with Darkmoon Fair buff and rank 14 weapons this week to fully take advantage and pump. Players can get better parses and go for a faster and cleaner speedrun. Guilds have been moving their speedrun times because of this, as they want to take advantage. Expect consumable prices to go really hard, flask or really anything you use in raids. Prep this ahead of time. We will go into this a bit further. Next is Visit Us in AQ40 Classic Anniversary Edition. This requires a lot of stuff. 100 nature resist as DPS. This can just be green gear with no stats on it, just nature resist. There's plenty of them on the auction house, just keep your eye out. You can get a trinket in Mara that dispels a poison that gives you NR called Heart of Noxion. Not unique, so you can wear both of them and save gold on using Elixir of Poison Resistance in Classic WoW Anniversary. Easy throw dynamite. If you do not have engineering, as a raid leader I always bring these as extras and trade them to people that forget, as you do not need engineering to use it. Elixir of Poison Resistance. These are used on cooldown if you're not a paladin or druid on Visitors. You can also cleanse yourself with other things, but this one works the best. If players don't do this, they will die. Healers will be forced to dispel them and then they can't heal, which will result in your raid wiping. Then players also need 2 frost weapons. They can farm these in Razorfun Downs, killing the boss Amenar the Coldbringer. It drops Cold Race Dagger. Every melee or hunter needs this in Classic Anniversary Refresh for AQ40. As Visitors does not register damage that well, you need to freeze it below 10% to kill it, and every time you freeze it, it will blow up into blobs which you will kill, but if you don't kill enough, it will stay on high percentage when it comes back together. Usually this takes 2 to 3 phases. If you have 30% of your raid slacking on these consumables, you will wipe. It is also wise to level engineering before this for Zapper, as that does a lot of damage. There is another option than farming these weapons. You can buy Hammer of North or a Sliverblade dagger. Just make sure you have the skill into them or it won't do much in Classic WoW during AQ40. Then players need 2 frost oils on these weapons. These are already expensive, 6 gold each. Warlocks and priests can get a frost wand from a quest in AV. Visitors drops big gear, so it's vital you prepare this stuff. As a gold tip, I would bring these mats extra, as players forget them, and then sell it to them in pugs. I would ask for a bit extra. If you sell them to them at normal price, they will never learn to bring these things. Normal consumables like mongoose do not apply with that scenario, as that just happens. Greater nature protection potions are needed for this boss too, but they are also used on Huara and Katoon, so elemental earth should go up in price on Anniversary in Phase 5. Katoon needs 1 greater shadow protection potion, so I expect grave moss to already start going up. I have got stacks upon stacks of grave moss, as I remember shadow pots being about 35 gold when next was out. Warlocks, you will want to prepare 150 shadow res unbuffed in Phase 5 of WoW Classic Anniversary. You will be tanking twins and every raid needs 2 warlocks doing this, 1 on each side. For first raid I would have them flask as well and unboon their buffs at twins and not earlier. They can pre-pop shadow protection potion, give them Po Paladin arrows, and in the tank group. How to get the gear, Johannes? Well, in Classic WoW some of these shadow res items drop in dungeons. Others are part of the tier 1 set. Otherwise you can buy some on auction house. Just look for a guide. You can enchant your cape with some shadow res too. Phase 5 there will be players going for the Scarab mount. This takes insane amounts of work and there will be grief on both Horde and Alliance server on Spine Shatter in Classic WoW. It requires you farming mobs endlessly and giving this away to your leadership or selling it for gold. You can make gold with this, as many will pay absurd amount of gold to get that mount. I remember a guy was spending 100k on my server Razorgore back in 2020, as he had a guild of 25 players, so he had to buy a ton of it. While I'm not not participating in this, many will do to get that mount. Next up is the most important thing for players to prepare, but they do not give it enough thought. It is being in a good community that will last and aligns with your goals. I hear it every week. Hey Honest, my guild has disbanded, now I do not know what to do, or their second raid died and I'm benched. This is not a fun thing to hear. Hey, can we join with 10 players? That is too many, I tell them. While I can give out some spots, I respect the regular spots I give out. There's a free ebook in the description to help you find the best community in WoW. Many guilds will have to go from 40 players to 25, and if they have 2 rosters, from 80 to 50 during the Burning Crusade. We are in phase 4 and soon we'll be in phase 5. This is getting closer and closer. The phases are speed up, so do think, what items do I want for TBC and where am I getting the best chances at them? If you're in a loot council guild, they are already deciding who will be in the TBC rosters. I experienced this firsthand in the past WoW gameplay, and it's a reality. This is why we host pugs. Loot is fair, transparent, and everybody has chances to get what they want outside of maybe a Thunderfury. The drama we have is someone losing their world buffs to a mistake maybe. Next we prepare in phase 5 is alts. I'm leveling a paladin for TBC as I want to play that during it. With Silgaroob being out, mages will be boosting that, so it might be cheaper boosting a character up. Recently a booster told me it took about 5k gold to get from 10 to 60, which is a lot. If you want to wait for Blizzard selling boosts themselves, which they did before, that is an option too, but it will be last minute just before TBC comes, so you can't prep it with the stuff you want. To reiterate, start preparing all the stuff now during phase 4 and reap the rewards in phase 5 and TBC. I already told many of these things to my raiders. As you have seen prices of consumables during BBL release, when AQ40 comes out, it will be even higher. Best to get this all sorted now and then be the last person not being prepared. If you just want to make gold, take this with you. Plenty of lays to make, just keep your eyes on the market. Links are down below. Go ahead and check out this video. See you in the next one.